Hi, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. If you enjoy my reading, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel in order to be notified when I upload new weekly and monthly readings. Now today I will be doing an extended weekend reading. This reading will be for the energy surrounding us for the weekend. That's from Friday until Sunday. I'll pull 3 tarot cards plus 1 additional oracle card just to enhance the reading. For a more personalized reading that focuses specifically on you, please contact me at the email listed in the description box and the About section of this channel, changingphasestarot@gmail.com. Right, let's get started with the energy for our weekend tarot snapshot. Okay, so let's get into our extended weekend reading. And we're looking for the energies for the weekend of September 9th through October 1st, 2017. Already meditated and shuffled the camera, but I'll give the cards a couple more shuffles here. So we're looking for the energies for the weekend of September 29th through October 1st, 2017. One more here. And I'll be pulling 3 cards from the Sun and Moon Tarot deck for this extended weekend reading. So, 3 cards for the weekend. We have Major Arcana, the Star. Okay, put that down there. Our second card for the weekend. And we have the 7 of Wands. Okay. And our last card for the weekend. Of September 29th through October 1st, 2017. Card for the weekend, September 29th. Okay, where the moon card came out there. I think I'll take both of these together. So we have Major Arcana, the Moon, and the Ace of Swords. So we'll put both of these. We have a bonus card here for the extended weekend reading. And let me pull 1 additional guidance card from the Earth Magic Oracle card deck. So 1 additional message for the weekend of September 29th through October 1st, 2017. Message for the weekend of September 29th through October 1st, 2017. Okay. Spirit, please show us 1 additional message for the weekend of September 29th through October 1st. Please show us 1 additional for the weekend of September 29th through October 1st. And we have, ooh, lovely card, Full Moon, Completion. Okay, so let me put this down. Ooh, we have 2 moon cards. 2 moon cards in our weekend reading. So let me just adjust the camera and set these up so we can take a better look at them, and I'll be right back with the meaning of our reading. Okay, so the energy for the weekend, right, of Friday, September 29th through Sunday, October 1st, we have as the first card, this would be for Friday, or the energies of leaving the week or entering the weekend. We have the Major Arcana. This is number 17 in the Major Arcana, the Star. Now, the Star card brings renewed hope, faith, a sense that you're truly blessed by the universe at this time. You're filled with courage, so feeling very inspired. So this could be you entering a very a very calm or loving phase in your life. So you're definitely filled with a calm energy, more mental stability, a deeper understanding of those around you and yourself. So the card is really telling you that, long term, just have faith, trust in the universe. Things are looking up, right? There's definitely a light shining there. Things are looking up for you. Just trust in the universe. And, it also, if we think of it in the major arcanas, we know that the star follows the tower. So the card also suggests that you might have endured challenges, right? You might have gone through difficult times, but now you're open to healing and transformation, right? So coming after the tower, you've made it through that, and you are now healing from that experience. So it's also encouraging you to let go of whatever bad memories, whatever damaging memories you might have had, right? Let go of these, any feelings of hatred or envy or bitterness, revenge that you might have, right, because of that situation, and just really focus on, keep your eye on the prize here, on the star, this beautiful energy of the star. Okay, and there's definitely a lot of wonderful new opportunities on the horizon for you. The star card is a very important card for personal transformation as well. Um, so it's a time for you to be open to new ideas, right? Listen to that voice within. This might be you looking for a new purpose in your life, looking for a meaning or inspiration in life right now. So there's definite changes coming about in your life. You're sort of transforming yourself from, the old new to the new you, and in doing so, this is bringing in a new perspective. And I think we'll see that this does tie in very well with the other cards at the end of the reading here. But that there's really nothing negative to say at all about the Star card. It's a wonderful card, and it just tells you that this is a definite healing, and just it encourages you to trust in yourself, know that you have everything to bring about lasting happiness in your life. So this is it's a wonderful card to have as the beginning card of the weekend here. What we have coming up in the middle position is a little bit of a challenging energy here in the middle. Okay, this is the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands card, this is fire energy, right? So in the traditional tarot deck, this would be the Seven of Fire. And we know that fire energy is all about action. It's that fiery, the energy that you need to make things happen in life. This particular card deals with trouble, sort of conflict, struggles. We see here that on the card, the woman, she's defending herself, right? So she's up against these six swords. She's using, wands, and she's using her wand to, to defend herself. Um, so this, it shows that she is up against a lot here, but it shows that she is a very fearless warrior, right? So the Seven of Wands energy is, the name of the card is Valor, and she is somebody who's very courageous, right? She is not at all backing down. She is standing her ground here. You can see her feet are firmly planted here in this nice dark brown earth behind her, and she is focused on on defending herself. So this is this might be around the middle of the weekend. There might be a situation where you're asked to stand your ground. Doesn't necessarily have to be that dramatic. It could just be you know, something as small as just standing for whatever your opinion is on something, right? So this could be you needing to defend your opinion on something, or defending your position, right? So just having the courage and the persistence and the determination to do so. So, again, it doesn't have to be very dramatic, but it is a card of conflict, sort of confronting opposing ideas, or people who might not agree with what you agree with. So just keep in mind that there's always going to be we're always going to encounter opposition in life, right? And there are always going to be people who might want to challenge your ideas, your point of view, and that happens. And so it's just it's more of a card of, of acceptance as well, knowing that you're not always going to be able to make everybody see your point of view and win everybody over, and just knowing that, yeah, that's fine, right? That's fine as well. And you are who you are, and just stand your ground with determination and courage, right? Being true to yourself. After that, we have, the outbound energy. Actually, two cards came out when I was shuffling, right? So we have another major arcana card. This is number 18, the moon. And the Ace of Swords also came out. Okay, so Ace of Swords. So beginning with the moon card, and I did take them both together, right? They came out together. So the moon card is it's a card of intuition, a card of that speaks of, the importance of dreams, the unconscious, that what comes to us when we might be sort of asleep, or the things that come sort of more in a more hidden manner, right? We know that the sun shines a light on everything, right? So it illuminates our path. The moon, it's a very dim light, right? So it only vaguely illuminates our path as we move forward. Okay, so we're asked to, when the moon card appears, we're asked to use our intuition, right? Call on that intuition to help us see the truth in a situation, and help us see what is actually going on in that situation. Okay, we see here, on this particular card, we have. Let me see if I can move this over a little bit. We have the woman sitting up here on the moon, right? We have the two lighthouses here. Okay, and these images, we can look at them as, so the pool sort of down here, the water at the bottom. This represents our subconscious mind, right? And also, if we look at the dog and the wolf here, we have the beginning of our path, sort of representing the tamed and wild aspects of our minds, and then we have the path leading between the two towers, right? So this has to do with showing or moving towards paying attention to our unconscious, right? Our unconscious minds, the thoughts that come to us when we're not particularly, focused on those thoughts. They sort of pop in, right? So it's all about looking inwards, right? So looking inwards, and learning to trust in the the messages that you receive, right, through your intuition, through your dreams, because many times these things that we receive in those sort of not very traditional manners, right? So through the dreams or through intuition, sometimes we need those messages to help unlock certain things in our lives. So unlock certain anxieties, fears, blocks, personality disturbances, things like that, right? So a lot of times, these invisible things that sort of come to the surface when this card appears, right? And things that we weren't even sure that we didn't know, right? We didn't know what we didn't know, and then it sort of appears, and you're like, okay, well that makes sense now. So it's learning to trust messages that come to you, right? That when you're not exactly expecting the messages to come, but through intuition and dreams. Sometimes it can be a card that has to do with deception, since it does, the moon does cast sort of the shadow, right? We don't see the full truth in a situation. So many times we do associate the moon with deception. So you might be going through a time where things are not as they really appear to be. Okay, so sometimes it appears as a guidance, or more of a warning, a caution. So if this does happen sort of towards the end of the weekend, if there is something going on with you, and you might not be that aware of what's going on in the situation, it's just asking you to use your judgment, right? Use your higher self to kind of see the situation for what it really is. Okay. Now, with that being paired with the Ace of Swords here, the Ace of Swords indicates, why as it is an ace, it's a yes card. Aces are new beginnings, right? Aces are victory cards. Can indicate sort of resolving a certain situation. Definitely a period of great insight, mental clarity, right? It's that card that signifies a breakthrough somehow, or it might be that aha moment where you've been trying to figure something out, and all of a sudden you're like, oh, okay, that I got it. That makes sense now. So could be a new understanding of a certain issue, or it might even be a new worldview. Okay, so it's with this card appearing, it's sort of telling us that it's a perfect time to, to cut through the fog, cut through everything to get to the truth of the situation. Okay. The Ace of Swords also has to do with new ideas, inspiration, original thinking, things like that. So there might be new opportunities coming along here, right? And this could just be you needing to draw upon your creative and mental abilities in order to pursue these new opportunities. Whatever's going on, though, I mean, having this as sort of the outbound energy definitely shows a victory for you, right? So mental clarity, creative thinking, those would be the main things going on here. And we also see, we do have the moon is quite prominent in your reading, right? We have the star here, moon on the moon card. There's another moon. We have the crescent moon here on the sword. And then as the oracle card energy, we also have the moon, the full moon. So let me read you the Earth card guidebook, right? The meaning for the full moon card, and then I'll try to wrap up and give you the general message for the weekend, okay, based on sort of trying to tie it all together here. So the full moon card in this Earth Magic Oracle card deck is entitled Completion. Okay, and I'll kind of skip around here because there's about 3 pages of information, but it tells us that every 29.5 days, Grandmother Moon shines bright and full in the sky, illuminating the landscape with her muted brilliance, casting a delicate canopy over the sky and the physical features of Earth. You can now take pleasure in knowing that whatever you have been working toward has now reached its culmination. It may have been a relatively brief cycle or a much more extensive one, yet regardless of the length of time, you have arrived at the stage of completion. Let yourself feel the contentment and satisfaction of this complete accomplishment. It is like when you take a deep breath and reach the point where your lungs are pleasantly full and your body is ready to release that breath. It is important to not only enjoy this completion, but also to let go and allow yourself to relax afterwards, just like exhaling slowly and consciously. People are much too eager to rush to the next item on the agenda without giving proper time and space to appreciating and honoring the natural cycle of releases that follows a point of resolution. Give yourself that time to relax and rest before tackling Spirit's next assignment. So I think, the overall message that I'm getting here for this weekend is that we're being guided towards sort of seeing through or trusting, I would say trusting in the universe with the star card here, taking that time out, right? This healing energy here, which kind of comes back in with this full moon, the completion, right? Honoring that completion, honoring what you have been through here, right? Still being courageous, still standing your ground, and cutting through things, right? Using your intuition, seeing behind, what appears to be might not actually be that, right? So pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to your intuition in order to figure out the true meaning of a situation. But then I feel like there's a definite, I always get that feeling of, of releasing here, of wanting to sort of exhale, and especially with the star being on one side and this full moon completion on the other, it's a very, even though we have this 7 of Wands sort of in the middle of the weekend here, I do get that there's something that you might encounter that you'll have to sort of stand your ground about, right? Defend your point of view. But there's definitely clarity, right? So clarity on a certain situation. This could be anything really in your life, right? But it's a general reading, but it's just clarity about something that might have been you might have been dealing with that has been quite confusing, something that you've been very troubled about, and it's not, it seems like you're coming to the end of that, right? You will be receiving that clarity, but you need to look inwards. You need to trust in the powers of, I mean, the star and the moon in the same, this is just a 4 card, supposed to be a 3 card spread. Definite guidance from the universe this weekend. And so pay attention to that. Pay attention to any signs, any synchronicities. Pay attention to numbers, right? If you're seeing, the numbers around synchronicities with numbers, sort of 1111, 444, pay attention to things like that. And when they appear, pay attention to what you're doing when they appear. Pay attention to what you're thinking when those numbers appear, right? Maybe that will help bring about some type of clarity for you. And then take time out to sort of acknowledge that you've been through a lot, you've achieved a lot, and give yourself, right? Allow yourself the time to also release and heal in order to move on to whatever's coming up. And this is very nice coming into a brand new month and beginning a new season of fall. There's that definite feeling of release with fall when the leaves start falling from the trees. It's sort of it's a definite feeling of release going on here. So seems like a nice energy for the weekend. So I do hope that these messages have helped you in some way. Please do check out my channel for the monthly readings that are posted for the month of October, as well as weekly and daily tarot snapshots. And take care. I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye.